Okie dokie. So, let's get back into Terra Invicta. There has been a new patch that came out yesterday, I believe it was. Terra Invicta has reached the top 100 list on Steam. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well done, game. Some crash fixes and balance fixes, less xenoforming stuff, and antimatter. Well, we don't even get to antimatter yet, so blah. I am thinking about doing some tutorials for the game, so if anyone would like to see some stuff, I think I might also learn some things if I go in depth into some features of the game. I was thinking maybe we do look at the countries, putting points into them, looking at counselors and their different attributes, and then ships when we get to that in the game. So we ended last time, we just got the Deep System Skywatch global research, so we can now see all the aliens in the system, and we saw them out in, I still don't know how to pronounce this. Let me actually Google it, because... So this dwarf planet is pronounced...
Haumea.
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 How may I help you tonight? Okay, Haumea. Fair enough. Now we know. The more you know. Alrighty, we need to get more boost so we can get stuff up into space. So I want to go look at all our nations. At the moment, the only things we're getting more boost from, I think, is European Union nations. So we are getting a tiny amount from Italy and Israel. If we go look at Italy, it does actually produce its own. So it looks like someone has actually begun a program there. So that's fine. I might put some points in there just so we can get some more boost from it. It looks like we're getting it from the Salto de Quira Space Center in Naples. So that's not Naples, is it? Naples is like here. That's Sardinia, isn't it? I mean, technically, I guess they're just going by this region of the southern region, but like they're including Sardinia as part of Naples, which I think... that might anger some people. Maybe if you just put this little dot over there, it would be okay. Anyway, so we do get a little bit of boost from there, so I just put some more effort into getting boost up there. Kazakhstan, we're getting a little bit more. I think we started at 2.5, didn't we? And we're now at 2.6. Why did our nation's boost score change by minus 2.3 in the last 30 days? Okay. Okay. I'm not sure. Why do we have points and spoils there? We don't want that. We're at 5, so I'm actually going to stop Unity now. Then we get some more points going into our other things as well. As I said last time, you want to keep your cohesion sort of as a middling value. Yeah, okay, should be alright. Here it says that our boost is going up instead of going down. I don't really know why that went. One thing says was going minus whatever. That might be a little bit of weirdness. We also need additional mission control. We're sort of about halfway there to another point of mission control. I think we needed 9 boost to start a base on the moon. What I might do is I might remove some of our points in spaceflight program over here because it seems kind of redundant, and put them into mission control. So we can just have Portugal doing mission control. I'm also going to now take off Unity over here, and that'll give us more points to spend in other things. So this is a little bit of the micro that you get in the game, is you just got to tweak your things around a little bit. Why we're actually still putting points in there, I don't know. I may have missed some countries when I went to do some adjustments on them. So what we can also do is we can go to our nation thing and we can design templates where we can say put certain amount of points in certain things and say that's our default one or whatever. Okay, so this is interesting. I didn't realize this, but we get more base cap for what we can support with more counselor admin, more counselor command, and more counselor persuasion. Interesting. Our highest is Italy. Well, technically Kazakhstan because we've got ×2. We might want to grab another point in Italy. Why do we still have points in spoils in some places? I do not know. I really obviously was not thorough going through all the different countries. We even got Slovakia over here where we've been doing a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, obviously I wasn't thorough enough with this. So we've got alien activity here in Ethiopia. Abductions happening. Okay, I think I have now been through every country properly. No, I've not. What? Why is spoils now at 3? What have I done? Have I lost my mind? I'm confused. We looked at the Czech Republic earlier, didn't we? Did I just like click on random shit? What is something... What? What is going on? I don't know. I think I'm an idiot. Okay, let's get things going. We can now undertake the Alien Origin project. Definitely want to do that. No, we are now able to undertake the Xenoflora defoliants project. Our councils and armies do 25% bonus damage to xenoforming. Alien attempts to plant xenoforms in our regions suffer a -2 penalty, so that would be good to get.
The LZ is secure.
Okay, so we did some more in Damascus, burning them with flamethrowers. It did 26% reduction, but still some remains.
Found something.
Alien investigation in Argentina. Supporters in Peru. I mean, that would be nice, but we've got our own problems back home. Let's just look at our nations. What's their stability? Syria, Afghanistan. Those are our worst stability nations. So Syria and Afghanistan are where we want to do this. We can put ops points in there. We don't have any ops.
Restoring order.
We can also do public campaigns with this guy, so let's have a look. I think that's what we were doing in Slovakia, Tajikistan, and Afghanistan. We're the lowest, so maybe we get this guy to go Slovakia.
We must persuade the people.
Your orders.
We do defend interests in some of our places. We put 64 influence. We could maybe get Saudi Arabia, but yeah, maybe we need to do some public campaigns there.
Standing by.
Which I might just do.
I will try to sway the public.
I would like to get Turkey. Norway is unclaimed as of yet. Starting to get some ability to do things in China slowly. We're getting 48 influence per month, so maybe we can dump in a little bit there, get 16 in there and see if we can get a little bit of the Gulf states before
Bringing them on board.
someone else claims. I just want to check if we go to the prospecting map. Nothing has been claimed yet. We really want to get Shackleton Crater though. 9. Yeah, it is 9 boosts that we need to get. Okay. They have not come in peace. Images of obvious alien military ships and structures in the far solar system has dashed hopes worldwide for peaceful contact. Many who wish to seek an avenue of cooperation with the aliens are changing their views in light of some of the first hard facts about their arrival. The road ahead is fraught. We come in peace for all mankind. Nope. The road ahead is fraught. Roughly half of the control points belonging to the Academy will suffer the crackdown effect for 12 months. The Academy suffers a massive loss in public opinion around the world. All nations' cohesion moves by one toward extreme values. So this is why they say the Academy can be hard, because if we go in, this is just under a year after the alien arrival, the Academy takes a massive loss. Because people are like, no. They're not up, friend. So we can see now, maybe... Ooh, geez. Humanity First got all of that influence there, but maybe next month we can start looking at Russia. But Humanity First has been putting a lot of effort into there. You can see things shifting around a little bit.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
Increased support in Saudi Arabia. Great, great, great. Maybe we get it.
Will come to our side.
Increased support in Slovakia. Supporters of the resistance have engineered a coup d'etat in Syria, resetting all control points and taking some control there under the regime. Some unrest has abated, and factions that supported the insurgents by contributing to unrest may gain control points under the new regime. We had a control point. The resistance have taken buggers. Why do they want it so much? It's not even that great. I just want to collect them all. Bastards. It's fine.
We've gained significant support.
Cool. We did actually, with that 54% get one of the Gulf states' control points. Cool. Wasn't expecting that. I might actually want to fully cap that because then we prevent one of the other ones to get it. Got some more orgs available.
Ready for orders.
Atropos Aerospace gives us a bit of science, plus military funding, spaceflight program, and energy research. If we wait a little bit and get some influence, we can get some way bigger orgs. You're our science person. You get your science up to 8. Yeah, let's do it. We've got the money. Though we need to get some more admin for you. War is still ongoing in Ukraine. Chance of purge success. In Russia, if we pop in a bunch of influence, 32, 64. If we do 32, we get a 58% chance. We got one with 54% last time, so it's a bit of a coin flip, but it might be worth it. Let's just check our other people. Do they have a better chance? Nope. I mean, we could do a public campaign there, which might make it easier as well. But someone else is going to perhaps try do this. So is it worth putting an additional 32 in for just about, 9% additional chance? I don't think so.
Getting the opposition.
We're going to get
Ready to go.
you to do a
Reporting
public
in.
campaign in Russia, and we're going to dump in some money there.
Making our case.
Standing by for orders.
Where
You...
to?
No, actually, we don't want to do that if we're going to try and get Russia now. So we could just do an advise, perhaps in Kazakhstan. As we build it up, we'll get more development in boost and stuff. No point stabilizing Syria if we do not own it. We could perhaps do another public campaign in Saudi Arabia or try and cap it. Let's see what happens. Hopefully, I think public campaign gets done before capping, so we'll see. Advising in Kazakhstan to 2% research, 6% GDP. And I think as we increase the investment points, increasing investment points increase what we put back in, so we can get some more stuff done over there. So it doesn't hurt. Definitely doesn't hurt.
Public opinion is moving in our direction.
Okay, so we increased public opinion by 5%. Let's see if we cap this.
We've removed some threats.
We did successfully purge 1 point in Russia. Actually, let's pause. No spoils. Funding, boost, mission control. Nice. So that should have greatly increased our... Yeah, look at that. Our boost went from 9 per year, I think it was, to 17 per year. Fantastisch. Though you will notice we have now gone above our control point cap, which means we're costing 0.015 influence per day. So it's still all right. We can maybe get one more point here. If we put in a bunch of influence, we can get all the way up to 76% with just 16 now. I'm going to do that. And I think you can, again, put some money into a public campaign there. You, again, I think public campaign. Actually, wait, can you do a public campaign? You can't. Which is more important? Stabilizing Afghanistan, which is at 7.2. Yeah, let's stabilize Afghanistan.
We'll make things safe.
You defend interests in Israel. Look, we only had 2 points above our cap, so it's very small. But if we go much more above it, it's going to be a problem. We'll see if we do get this Russia point and it goes up by, 15 points, we're going to probably go to like 10 or so. Well, maybe not that much, but quite a lot.
We've moved the needle.
Increased public support is now at 19%.
We are in control here.
We did get that purge, so
Things up.
let's just check. No spoils. Excellent. Okay. So we aren't the highest support. Humanity First is, but hey, we've got half of Russia. Now we are at almost 1 influence per day. So I think we were at 50 income per month. Now we're at, just about 30. So we do need to watch this now. If we do start improving, it was our administration, our command, and something else. Persuasion, get more caps. So we could go look at our people and say, hey, you've got 20 XP, we can give you more persuasion, or we can give you more command. Persuasion is not a bad thing to give, but I think for this guy, I would rather remove corrupt. All our people's loyalty is, well, apparent loyalty is really low. Oh wait, that's the same guy. Anyway, continue. Wildfires. A large wildland fire has broken out in the Lisbon region of Portugal. The fire is threatening some inhabited areas. We may mitigate the damage by sending ops teams to the area. We can't help because it costs 20 ops. So let it burn causes damage to the economy and population of Lisbon. Let's see how these numbers change. GDP, I think, dropped. Oh, we actually gained an army because we've got 2 of the points of Russia. I forgot about this. Because we're starting to get command of Russia, we can actually end this war, and we've got command of units here. So interesting. We can't do that ending and starting wars unless we've got the executive control. That's when you can start doing influencing their political actions and stuff. It's not the worst idea though. That has also given us another control point, mission control. So as soon as we get enough boost, we can actually start creating space stuff. So that'll be great. Tony the Tiger there. I might get her to just do a defend in our Russian points.
Protecting our interests.
Ready to go.
You, I think you can continue to stabilize Afghanistan.
Restore peace to this nation.
You can perhaps do a public campaign here, and then you can do a public campaign in Saudi Arabia.
The less we burn, the longer we will survive. And the less we depend upon burning our natural resources, the fewer territorial conflicts we will suffer. It is forever bewildering to me how few of us can accept this simple concept. Commissioner Kiran Banerjee, lecture at Beyond Fossil Fuels Conference.
Guy's not wrong. Scientists around the world have gained a full understanding of vacuum electrostatic principles. The Academy contributed the most and selected photonic computing as a new direction, so that will give us better computing devices, maybe lead to AI stuff. But electrostatic propulsion, that in which an electrical field is applied to the ions within a propellant in the desired direction of acceleration. It's nothing new. Already we have probes which ion or xenon gas in order to create limited thrust. This is possible only in the vacuum of space, for such propulsion methods could overcome neither air resistance nor gravitational pull. However, even though the propellant is ejected some 20 times faster than from classical chemical thruster, the sheer electrical power required to sustain it currently makes it infeasible for larger craft, let alone to achieve takeoff or landing. As new technologies enable greater levels of onboard electrical power, electric propulsion can become more of a reality. However, the likes of gridded ion drives, Hall effect thrusters, and high-efficiency multi-stage plasma thrusters offer great potential for longer, further-reaching missions. Thanks to successful experiments with an array of rare gases and liquid metals as propellants, our researchers have been able to create moderate electrostatic thrust that is sustainable for far longer than any known chemical method and uses far less propellant. By building upon these principles, they believe we can not only create faster craft, but potentially also devastating energy weapons, and even devise methods for containing unstable deadly plasma. So, electrostatic propulsion, is taking ion drives and beefing them up a little bit. Very high efficiency, as I said, costs a lot of energy, but a little bit of thrust for a long time is better than a lot of thrust very briefly, depending on your purposes. So, could be cool. Photonic computing replaces electron-based computing with super high bandwidth photons. We do get a benefit, research bonus to that, so we might actually get an increase over others for that, but it's not something I really want to prioritize for our faction, but I'm going to leave it as is. Keep going. Public opinion increased in Saudi Arabia.
Our cause is unjustified to them.
They didn't like us in Russia.
Our efforts didn't have any effect.
I'm going to try go through things a little bit faster now that we've got the basics through. Another month and we should be able to do a moon base. Nobody has gained any points in United States yet. It might not be the worst idea to see if we can cap it. If we put a little bit of a public campaign here, let's see, you get a 16 base and you get a 16 base. I'm going to put a fair bit of money in there, see what happens.
Must persuade the people.
Might see if we can do a crackdown in Syria,
Down.
get it back.
We've moved the needle.
Public support did increase in Russia a little bit.
Neutralized their
We did do a crackdown in Syria, so we might be able to take it. Stability in Afghanistan.
Public sentiment is increasing if
We
it does.
did increase support in the United States. We can set it to repeat, but I might change what we're doing with her. We've completed the Alien Methods project, having uncovered evidence of multiple livestock abductions sometime before the first correlated human disappearance. It would seem that the aliens had been observing us long enough to understand Earth's biological and social hierarchies. In short, they have steadily worked their way up the food chain. By analyzing patterns, the species, locations, the frequency, the subtlety or lack thereof, the proximity to settlements of recent disappearances, we can now paint a clear picture of their methodology. Fulfills the objective, research the alien methods, allows us to detect alien contacts with humans, updates the codex with new information, alien missions list and abductions. I'm not sure if the codex is fully fleshed out yet. So we have completed the research alien methods objective. The earliest disappearances were all of lower order mammals, unremarkable except for their frequency and number. Over a period of 10 to 20 days after the crash landing, these animal disappearances ceased and human disappearances began. Early human disappearances followed no obvious pattern, but later ones have included a disproportionate fraction of individuals with high socio-economic status. The mood among the research team is bleak. It seems our hopes of coexistence and information exchange are to be dashed. The aliens appear to be, at the very least, unconcerned with our welfare and may well be actively hostile. We need to get off Earth. So the next thing, investigate returned abductees. A number of the abductees have returned. Some of our researchers have expressed their hope this indicates that the abductions were a hoax. However, given the situation, we do not feel we can afford to be so optimistic. Have our counselors investigate more closely. Perform the surveil location mission in areas with suspected alien presence. Send counselors on investigate alien activity missions when you discover evidence of alien influence on the population or leaders. Ooh. So let's do some research. I like that it prevents us from doing it. Advancing time until we find it. So we can do the alien origin. It's 2000.1. Let's just see if there is anything. Xenoflora defoliants, 5000. Xenology lab. I wouldn't mind to get some more ops, but yeah, alien origin, I think should be a priority. Get some of these things going. It's going to take us a year. I'm not following up with all the things popping up in this list over here. There's just too much. So we can try do a purge here in Syria, and it seems like it might be successful. Some new orgs have become available. The Mirak Fund gives the advise thing, less income, more influence. Get another engineering project, lots of income. Stargazer energy, lots of income. Economy spoils. Space mining output bonus. Not the worst. These stars means how many points it costs. If it's a 3-star thing, it's a 3 capacity usage. I like having a space mining output bonus. See, she can't afford it because it costs 2, and she's only got 1 space remaining. I'm not actually going to get either of those for now, because when we get the clandestine cells, we can maybe we get another person adding their scores to the counselor points, so we might be able to afford to get America. Adversaries have conducted a crackdown on mass media in Italy. Yeah, we probably should have defended that, but it's 1 point. It does give us a bunch of stuff. It does suck. Wait, pause. We're at 9. Boost. So let's just check research. Mission to Mars will complete in several months. And then we would need to do a probing. So yeah, I think we are going to look at the moon. Oh geez, someone's already picked a site. Okay, okay. Luckily, they didn't go for... Oh, they're going for fizzles. But we want to get early water. We want to go found an outpost, Shackleton Crater. That's where the big bucks are. So that's going to use up one of our mission controls. It's going to use 9 of our boost. But hopefully, once we establish a mining outpost there, we should get enough out of this. You'll see when we build it what happens. Project Exodus began construction of a new outpost. Mark Garneau base at Shackleton Crater on Luna. We can look that up and maybe want to rename Mark Garneau. Maybe he's a French astronaut. Canadian politician, retired Royal Canadian Navy officer and former astronaut. So I'm going to manage this. I'm going to go... Actually, I don't know how you rename things, so I was going to name it after Goddard, but that's fine. So you can see we can add in additional modules over here. We currently can't afford because we just used up all our boost. So this will be completed in... it's only going to take about a month. You see it's going to have a cost of 0.15 water and volatiles, which we don't have. But hopefully, once space mining becomes completed, that is being researched over here, that's going to come in just a few months. We should be able to build that. We could potentially put more effort into that. It might speed it up a little bit so we can start get space mining happening. I mean, it does benefit others as well, but Wheeze 1 sits. So, yeah, first outpost happening. There is a little bit, you can see a little bit of a funny UI scaling thing that might not be fixed in the game. I am on a 4K monitor, but I can't even read that there. So everything else is fine, but that tooltip is a little bit messed up. Early access, remember. Yeah, anyway, a base in space. We purged from the resistance in Syria, so they purged us, we purged them. I hate the word purge, but anyway. And the initiative failed a purge mission in Syria, so they were trying to do the same thing as well. But see, the resistance have now fully capped Syria. So, Syria, under the control of the resistance, and France have formed an alliance. I don't mind that. Yeah, it's now costing us 0.25 influence per day. That's fine. I don't mind an alliance forming under places, because they did capture the what's it called? The executive. You get a 2% chance of success in United States. No. Also, you see, we've got control points in their rivals, Russia, so that actually makes it harder to get America, United States. And then do another public campaign here.
Our story.
Standing by.
We can do another crackdown here in Syria. Try get the executive out from them. 16. And I don't mind dumping in money because we actually have a fair amount of it.
Our case.
Another alien fleet has completed transfer. So apparently what the aliens are doing like a controlled self-destruct of their ship. They're just one-way transport ships. Though they are listed as gunships, so I'm not sure. Maybe they should be listed as transports. Okay, defending interest in Kazakhstan has expired. We do need to fix that next month. I must not forget. Another alien fleet. 2 alien fleets have arrived in Earth orbit. One has gone into Myanmar and the other in Denver, United States. Busy month, busy week. We did increase support to United States. Syria and United Kingdom have formed an alliance. Okay. Some new orgs available. Let's see. Remus Information Group, that gives us surveil location, investigate counselor, investigate alien activity, and advise, plus income and ops and investigation and espionage. Might be good for that other guy. And that gives monthly income, a massive monthly income. Basically, that doubles our income. I'm not going to say that name, plus 2% economy. It is a 3-star one, so that will use up a lot of spaces on someone. So you've got investigation and espionage. Might not be bad to give you the Remus investigation group. Got a lot more missions available as well. The investigate counselor is very good because if we do that a few times on someone, we can see their loyalty. Pretty good thing to do on our people. Okay, I'm going to get you to investigate on the one.
On the way to the target.
And you investigate the other one. You can go defend Kazakhstan.
Protecting our interests.
And
What's the
you
op?
can just keep doing public campaign here. I might actually just tell her to repeat. So we might actually also want to do some surveilling and stuff. Italy, under the Academy, has decided to leave the Federation with the EU. Well, that sucks because we've got 1 point there and I wanted it for that. So that changes things. Because I think we get less out of it now. Okay.
It takes so very little for one tribe of humanity to look upon a second tribe as the other. Think of what will happen once hundreds of millions of kilometers lie between us. Chancellor Li Qingzhao, Distributed Humanity.
I mean, she's not wrong. Mission to Mars. Scientists around the world, led by the Resistance, have completed the mission to Mars global research. They have selected nuclear fission in space. I think I would have chosen that as well, so that's cool. This unlocks the ability to send probes to Mars and inner system asteroids and construction of habitats there. Allows exploration and construction at the Sun, Earth, Lagrange Points and asteroids in the Earth orbital region. I'll explain Lagrange Points in a moment. Mission to the asteroids is unlocked. Though it is scarcely an appealing home, there's no better prospect within our solar system for eventual colonization than our crimson neighbor, Mars. It lacks a breathable atmosphere. The radiation risk from both galactic cosmic rays and the solar energetic particles is extreme. The soil is flooded with toxins, and the low gravity will weaken both bones and muscles and cause cardiovascular problems. Then there's the cold and the minimal supply of water, and with travel each way also taking months, at least until such time as we have made profound progress in spaceflight technology. Only the bravest and hardiest pioneers would dare take this chance. Yet, if humanity is to ever explore the stars, or settle on further out planets, or to trace our alien visitors to their own homeworld, there is simply no choice other than Mars. In terms of temperature, sunlight, and simple proximity, no other planet in our solar system comes close. Our scientists are now confident that the settling of a limited number of highly trained personnel will be possible, thanks to a combination of highly complex life support systems and certain cyanobacteria capable of photosynthesis even on Mars' hostile surface. The latter, grown at sufficient scale, can generate both food and oxygen locally and allow the propagation of more complex organisms. It is from these starting blocks that long-term life on Mars will begin. Hell yeah. So, Mars is now available. We have got 2 boosts available. It costs half a boost to send a probe to the moon. How much is it going to cost to send one to Mars? I forget. Hopefully we can afford it. 1.5, I'm going to guess. Yes, we can send a prospector probe to Mars. And we're going to do that. It's going to cost... No, it's only cost half a boost. Though, you see, it takes 377 days to get there. That's a long time. Just over a year. So, yeah, we're going to launch it. We've got a lot of sites that are very interesting looking. We'll see what we have there. Launch the probe. Makes me think of the Mass Effect sounds.
Launching probe.
Probe under the control Project Exodus has been launched towards Mars. Hell yeah! Hell yeah! I'm sorry, I get very excited. It's a beautiful, if desolate place. Soon we will be there. How much does it cost? 6.3 boost to found a platform in orbit and on the planet. I don't know. We'll see once we've prospected it. Probably double that. But, okay, so Lagrange points. If you haven't heard about them before, basically they're points in orbits, basically any orbit between two massive bodies, you'll get a Lagrange point. So there are Lagrange points between Earth and the Moon. And basically they are points where the gravitational pull sort of cancels out. So if we look at it like this, so we've got the Earth and the Moon, so you can imagine the Earth is pulling on the Moon, but the Moon also pulls on the Earth. So if you get the forces, the Earth's going to have a way larger pull than the Moon, but the Moon's still got a significant one. So somewhere between there, they cancel out. And that's where you get the Earth-Lunar L1 point. So that's the one between the 2 points. So it is stable anchorage. So that means it's not a completely stable spot there. You might need, just to have a little minor amount of station keeping, but it's way cheaper to keep it in a stationary spot. You get the L2 point, which is basically the opposite side. It's another stable point where these cancel out in a different way. And then we've got the L3 point, which is on the opposite side of these two bodies. And then we've got the 4 and 5 points, which are at a sort of I think it's a 60-degree orbital angle between the two bodies in front and behind of the two bits where they cancel out as well. These are often points that are described as great locations for space stations and stuff. I believe we have some space telescopes at some of these points. The L2 point is very useful for, especially in the Earth-Sun points, because these Lagrange points also affect, we've got the Sun and the Earth have the same effect. So between the Earth and the Sun, there will be an L1 point over here and an L2. And the L2 point is where you'll basically never see the Sun because the Earth right between the Sun and you. So a lot of space telescopes are like that point. And for the same thing, you got points with the Jupiter and the Sun, and you actually get around the L4 and the L5 Jupiter Lagrange points. We've got a bunch of asteroids orbit them, and I think they're called the Trojan asteroids, the Trojan asteroids, because they focus in these regions. It's really interesting. It's just things sort of settle into these spots just because they sort of local minima. Anyway, I'm going to probably cut a lot of this out because it's probably boring to you. It's basically spots where you can put stations. Yeah, we'll get there later. For now, we can barely afford to do anything, so yeah. So in just over a year, we can go to Mars. Investigation complete in the UFO crash site in Myanmar and United States. And we should do some surveil locations there as well. Protected failed a purge mission targeting us in Italy. Honestly, I'm less interested in Italy now that it is outside of the EU because it's going to take a lot to capture it back. So I'm not going to do a defend there. If they take it back from us, it's fine. Haha! We have completed construction of a new outpost core at our base on the moon. Italy and Russia have ended their rivalry. Okay, I'm happy with that. We can't afford to build anything here. The cost of a solar collector would be 6 boost to build it on Earth. So it's going to take us a while before we've got enough boost for that. So at the moment, our outpost core here is not going to do anything for us. How long until our research for mining and refining? Almost 2 months. Unfortunately, we can't do much with our base on the moon at the moment. Kind of sucks. Surveil over here where the crash site was. You do a surveil here. And you, what can you do? Someone has done, we can do perhaps a purge here. I think that was still our crackdown in effect there. We do have alien life forms in Denver. We have increased support in the United States. We're going to repeat that. That's not where Denver is though, but anyway. We have purged from the resistance in Syria. We've done the ousted achievement, which I think means we purged an executive control point. Cool, so we now fully control this country. It has defaulted it to our thing over here. Let's remove the spoils. We don't need to put that in there. We're going to put a little bit of unity there and welfare. Cool. New orgs available. Latinum minerals. I mean, you've got no income at the moment, so let's give you that. Let's give you some Ferengi ears. I think you need to go assault some alien butt in Denver because we want to go capture it, so let's do that. We are now at 2 influence per day and we're at negative. So yeah, because we've captured so many points now, this is becoming detrimental. We do need to do that research because in less than 10 months we're going to have no influence, which is bad. 45% support in the United States. I might get her to stop now. Pretty good majority over there. We believe we have wiped out the invasive flora and fauna in Denver. Great. We can actually start getting him to investigate our own people. There is also another mission you can do. I think it's called Inspire, which you can raise the loyalty. But we can investigate our people and see what their actual loyalty is. We might not actually get the full result, but we might have to do it a few times. It's a good idea to do that, though. We can go kill some aliens. Now that you've got that, we still don't have much success there. Which of our countries is doing poorly in public opinion of us? Gulf states does not like us. How much was it going to cost to build a thing in Moon? Sherlock. We have proved our knowledge about Elegi. We have pinpointed their actual loyalty at 10, so that's about 50%. So that's fine. I think we can accept a loyalty of 10. We need to defend Portugal. I forgot about that. Potential new orgs available. Sphinx Space Systems plus 4%. Ooh, we got a +1 boost income there. This is a priority. You can afford it. You've got 1 spot left. You're the scientist. Bam. Boost goes up. Number go brrr. Syracuse International Unity and Funding gives influence and cash plus public campaign. You can't do public campaign. Yeah, I'm going to buy this for you. You don't have the best persuasion, but hey, it's something. Great. Who's not doing something? You can go investigate alien activity in Minneapolis. What have we got here? Abductions, yeah. Can go do a defend in Portugal. Clandestine cells is complete. Allows us to recruit an additional counselor. Increases our control point management capacity by 10. So now we should also be better. We're a little bit short on the 60 influence, but that's great. We can also do the management research, which allows us to reduce control point management capacity, or increases our control point management capacity by 5, which will also reduce that worry. So it might not be the worst thing to do, because the more influence we get, the better as well. So let's just check if there is anything we want. We do want to get interplanetary warships. We do want to get space dock. And these Xeno stuff is also important. But I might just finish this audience research, because I hate seeing that it's almost finished. So let's finish that. I'm also going to reduce that a little bit. I thought it would help, but it doesn't. So we're just going to keep things balanced. So we can now recruit another counselor. I would like to get a 60 pointer, but we can see what we've got available. We've got a kingpin over here. We already have a kingpin. She's a Canadian though. Extremist, prosperous survivor, indulgent, criminal, famous and adverse. Can do a ton of missions. And we've got another tech mogul from Turkey. Billionaire, monthly income of 40. Connected extremist, -1 persuasion in nations where knowledge is at least 8. I think it's knowledge. +3 loyalty, +1 investigation, +3 apparent loyalty, though it's still pretty low. Though these 60 pointers generally are a little bit more skilled, generally. So we might just wait until we get 60 to see who's available. Shouldn't take long. Oh. Iran has completed a nuclear weapons test, to the horror of the world. It gains 1 nuclear bomb and may now build more. All factions with control points in the nation gain 1 atrocity and suffer from negative shift in public opinion worldwide. I believe this was the servants. Yes. We don't have any control points, all the servants. So it means the servants are going to become a little bit hated around the planet. But now Iran does have the big bomb, strategic nuclear barrages. Each barrage devastates a single region and can cause massive environmental damage globally. Nuclear strikes are directed by the faction in control of the executive control point. You can destroy armies and infrastructure, and it will also then go and affect the environment around the world. 2 nations around the world have atrocities. I'm not sure. I think the Russia-Ukraine war has probably given them an atrocity because there's some events that can happen during ground wars. Yeah, fun. Has this changed since last time we pulled this up? I'll see in editing if I can see. Probably has increased a little bit. We'll see how that changes. Global public opinion, we're not particularly high. The servants are probably decreasing, but also increasing, so it's hard to tell. You can look at the solar system where we can actually send probes, which is kind of cool. We can see we can send probes to Phobos and Deimos. We can do that from this menu as well, though I want to save our boost to build stuff at the moment, so I'm not going to do it. Are there any others available? You can scroll through this list and see. We've got some inner asteroids. We've got Eros, Hungaria, Ivar, Sisyphus, Lick, Jarvis, Krufne, Eric. Is Ceres one of these? No. We can look at factions. We don't know about any of their counselors. We can see their resources. Boost-wise, the Academy is doing very well. They've got a lot of stored up boost. Jeez. They all seem to be doing very well in money. Academy doing crazy in research. Resistance not too bad. They've got a lot of mission control. Extremely high ops income. You can see if we know their objectives, what they are. We don't know them for anyone. We can see their relations with different factions and ourselves. The resistance is in conflict with us. Weren't we previously... Okay, well, humanity first tolerates us. The initiative tolerates us. The Academy is in conflict with us. Protectorate is tolerant of us. The servants are actually tolerant of us. At the moment, only one is in conflict with the aliens. That's humanity first. Yeah. Surprised. The resistance, I would have thought they would have just been tolerating us. But I guess it's because we took Syria from them. They're like, oh, screw you, bud. You can see if we know if they have any techs that we don't have. We don't currently know that. We could investigate it. The aliens, there's only one site we know of, Minneapolis, which we are about to investigate. And we can see their habs and fleets and all their recent events. How long have we been recording now? Almost 2 hours, geez. Well, yeah, I think it's probably a good place to stop because we're not going to get anything happening anytime soon. I want to get mining on Mars, but it's going to take us a little bit longer, a couple months, and then still a while to get to Mars. But we're getting there. We've got our first steps on the moon, and that is awesome. Shackleton Crater. 10 whole people living on the moon. I think that's kind of cool, don't you? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and subscribe for the next episode, and take care. See you next time. Bye! Like it or not, for the moment, the Earth is where we make our stand. Carl Sagan, Pale Blue Dot.